So, in the movie Star Wars Episode 4 The New Hope, I don't know about the articles, so just to be sure, I'm gonna say it in a different way and then save it in the edit. So, in the movie, the Star Wars Episode 4 The New Hope, when the main characters escape the Death Star, the characters being Luke, Leia, Han, and Han's furry companion. Death Star is a really good name for an evil Empire space station because nobody will see it coming. It's just a star that is not working anymore. A star that has died. So it's good subterfuge on the Empire's part. So they escape and they arrive at the rebel base on that planet with the forest. And there are Mayan pyramids for some reason. So the movie suggests that the aliens that built the pyramids on Earth in Central America also built same ones on this rebel base planet. Maybe it's because they have the same design that they copy-paste everywhere in the universe. In our Milky Way galaxy and also in galaxy far, far away. It's curious that the name of our and their galaxies both end in way. What a coincidence. And Han Solo brings the passengers because he's driving, he's got the driver's license, and on that base, he gets a reward for giving them a lift. And we see that his reward is a load of small containers that he can use for storage for his smuggler stuff. By the way, what kind of things he smuggles? Because they say they smuggle spices. It's a weird universe where the illegal substances are paprika and oregano. Or Han and his friend can use the containers for packed lunches. You know, sandwiches and so on. But do not add spices on them if you don't want to have issues with the Universal Spice Control Administration. By the way, they say his name is Han, which I have a theory about. What if his name was supposed to be Hans Olo, but they make the mistake when writing it? That they hit space too soon when typing the script and didn't bother to correct it. So it's stuck. Han is not waiting around with the others for the end of the movie, but he also hits the space too soon, after he gets his reward of empty food containers. He's not interested in the upcoming presentation, you know, from the elderly bearded commander grandpa. Olo is short for something like Olofsen. What if that is Han Solo's real name, Hans Olofsen? Like he's supposed to be Scandinavian. So now the rebellion pilots are at the tactical meeting, and the bearded guy is having a lecture. He says that they analyzed the stolen plans for the Death Star. I'm not sure about the word stolen. How about they were illegally copied? Because it's not like the only copy of the plans that the Empire had. What if they find out there's some technical problem? Like, there's a malfunction with the laser dish. We can't blow up planets at the moment. So they call a repairman. Excuse me, Mr. Vader, can I see the space station plans? Oh shit, they've been stolen. But we'll have them soon. So stolen, copied, it's a different conversation. So they analyzed the pirated plans for the Death Star. That sounds better. And the old guy is showing some black and white PowerPoint presentation with some impressive animations for that time. I mean, it is a long time ago, back in 1970s. And the old guy says that they have to aim for the hole. Like there's a hole on the ball, and if they shoot into it, it will make it explode. It's an exhaust port, you know, the space station's anus. And it is its only weakness. The hole is the station's Achilles' heel. I'm explaining all this just to make sure that you know what's going on, in case you haven't seen it, or that you went to the toilet during the scene. And this is what got my attention. When the guy says that the target hole is only 2 meters wide. And look, you know, the main guy, that he's in the auditorium sitting next to some pilot guy. And the pilot guy has doubts whether it's even possible to strike such a small hole. And Luke says, sure, you know, he can do it. And that's when he says his famous line. I used to bullseye womp rats in my T-60 back home. They're not much bigger than 2 meters. Which is like, Luke admits to doing animal cruelty. Because womp rat is some kind of feral animal that lives on Luke's home planet. It's like a rat, but larger than a regular rat. How big? No bigger than 2 meters. And T-60 is a mode of transportation, you know, like his car or something. So in earthly terms, it's like if Luke said, I used to bullseye squirrels while riding on my Skoda Felicia back home. They're not much bigger than 2 meters. You know, if he lived near a radioactive waste site, which makes him seem like some cruel weirdo. Like, come on, is this my hero? Now I hope the Empire gets him. By the way, I said T60 on purpose. I know it is T16. I'm just wondering if somebody had cared to proudly correct me. But this is what I find puzzling about this scene, when the old man says 2 meters. My question is, why are the rebels using metric units? I understand they don't like imperial units, am I right? Because imperial units have been onto them the whole movie. But joking aside, this is a thoughtful concern. Because this space fantasy movie, as far as I know, was made for viewers in the United States originally. So it's made by filmmakers from USA and UK, where they use units like miles, feet, thumbs, toes, and so on. I don't think they originally made it for some guy in Central or Eastern Europe who will talk about it and speculate about it in front of his refrigerator. Which is cool, but I also get the other units. If I don't, I will just look at the comparison chart. And from what I know, they don't use the metric units in the United States or Kingdom. And also I saw in memes that in America they sometimes don't even use the miles and pounds, but compare it to other objects. Like something is 3 horses long, or something is heavy like 5 pickup trucks, or something stinks like half a cow. So I would understand if the old man said, the opening of the exhaust port is only 2 leaf blowers wide. But surely somebody would not understand it. And some pilot would ask, what is a leaf blower? Those who operate in outer space, there's no atmosphere, and so on. So the old guy has to have another meaningful comparison. Of course, so the opening is as wide as a tall fridge is tall. Oh thanks, I get it now.